Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to our Sprinkle the Love cooking class. If you're joining us tonight, post in the comments what you're cooking up for Valentine's Day. We love getting ideas from each other. Bonus points if you're using Epicure products. This weekend for Valentine's Day. It's also a long weekend. Who's excited for the long weekend? It is for us in Ontario anyway. It's Family Day, so lots of us will be having a 3-day weekend. So it's also the Lunar New Year tomorrow. So a lot of people who celebrate Chinese New Year. I know there's other Asian countries that also celebrate the Lunar New Year. So Chinese takeout is kind of a staple for a lot of families when there's something special to celebrate. But I want to show you how there is a cleaner option to doing that takeout, and you can make a meal super quick at home using Epicure's products. If you are brand new to Epicure, let us know. We can share some tips and kitchen hacks with you. Stay in this group. We go live every Thursday evening, so you can see how Epicure's products are very versatile, and you can cook for all sorts of different taste buds in the house and cook a meal in 20 minutes or less. I don't know about you, but time is the most precious thing that I have, and it's Thursday night, so I go straight from this live cooking class, making a meal for my own family, to eating supper with my family, and then I go straight into a course that I'm taking for 6 weeks for 2 hours. So you are literally going to be watching me cook supper for my own family. If you're new to Epicure, our products are 100% gluten-free. We are peanut and nut-free, excluding coconut. We are sugar and sodium conscious, and 90% of our products are verified non-GMO. So really excited about Epicure's commitment to quality. So what we're going to be making tonight is kind of a fusion. We're doing good Asian real fast, so we're going to be making some Asian meatballs, and then we're going to be making some rice, green beans, and then the Japanese teppanyaki. I have a confession to make. I already had teppanyaki made in the fridge, so I'll tell you how to make it. I won't be making it in front of you tonight, so because I already had it in the fridge. That's how popular this February only taste test is. So if you love teppanyaki, if you've ever been to a Japanese restaurant, chances are you've had teppanyaki. Did you hear that in my voice? Can you tell I've been watching a lot of Schitt's Creek? I just sounded like Moira. Anyway, I sounded like Moira. The phone is ringing. My son is playing Minecraft over there. It's real life in my house. So let's get making some meatballs. I'm getting some laughs. I know, Moira's the best, but I'm starting to sound like her. Yeah, Moira-isms is hilarious. Okay, so I'm gonna put gloves on for this just because I don't want to cross-contaminate, because I'm gonna be working with some raw meat. The meatballs take the longest to cook, so I'm definitely going to use gloves for this, and then pop my gloves right here in the garbage. So to make the Asian meatballs, you need 2 tablespoons of the Epicure Asian Stir Fry. This can be purchased on its own or as part of our Good Asian Real Fast meal kit. So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of the Asian stir fry seasoning. I'm going to stand up a bit, stand back a bit. There's some seasoning floating around, and I don't want to start sneezing in the food. Okay, so it calls for 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, or you can use tamari sauce, for example. So I don't use that much, truthfully. I'm just going to use a tablespoon. I don't want that much. So there we go. Now, what some people do, and I've just realized, I've left it over here. Some people find that this recipe needs some breadcrumbs, so I've got a little kitchen hack for you. You can use the Southern Baked breadcrumb and just sprinkle a little bit in there. Just helps bind it a little bit better. And then you just get your hands right in there and you make your meatballs. These are going to be really savory and delicious, and I cannot wait to drizzle teppanyaki on top of them. So this is minced turkey. You can use beef, you can use chicken if you prefer pork, or you can make this as a mixture and use it as your filling for dumplings if you like making Asian dumplings. Yum, yum. Okay, and then you want to take about 2 tablespoons worth of the meat mixture, and then you start making the meatballs. And I'm putting them here on my sheet pan and my bake and roll. A lot of our hosts will choose the sheet pans and the bacon rolls as their free or half price items. This set, well, they're purchased separately, but they go together because you will save so much mess using the bacon roll. Save your sheet pans, right? If you want to prevent the meat from sticking to your hands or your gloves, what you can do, I'm not doing it right now just because I don't want to cross-contaminate. Food safety is really important to me. What you can do is just wet your hands or your gloves. Made one of those maybe a little bit too big, so I'm going to break that down a bit. So this bacon roll is really great for making jelly rolls, for example, or what some people do is they put their cutting board right on the bacon roll, and then if you're cutting a watermelon, you don't get that watermelon juice all over the counter. It will save a ton of mess. I don't know about you, but my counters are sticky for a really long time if I cut my watermelon on the counter on a cutting board. So there's a little kitchen hack for you. Some people also use it if they buy like a big pork tenderloin or a beef tenderloin. They will put the cutting board here on the bacon roll, and then as they're cutting it, they don't have to worry about any of the juices cross-contaminating on the counter as well. Okay, so these meatballs are cooked at a starting temperature of 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Then after about 7 minutes, I'm going to lower the temperature to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and cook them for another about 12 to 15 minutes until they're cooked all the way through. So another food safety tip for you, even though I had gloves on, there is a possibility that there was still contamination on my hands. Gloves are awesome for food prep to save mess on your hands, but all it takes is a little nick for some of the meat to get on your hands. So I just always have a wet Norwex cloth here. I know it's another company, but these are amazing. So I just take one of their little personal Enviro cloths, wipe my hands, and then I go under my nails as well, just to make sure I'm not cross-contaminating to any of my other recipes that I'm making. So I'm just gonna go pop these in the oven, and then I'm going to teach you how I make my rice and my green beans. So just a second. If you've been watching these live classes for a while, I am cooking meatballs in my brand new oven that my Epicure business paid for. Ah, so exciting. So yeah, I'm still learning how to use it, so I wasn't quite sure how to set the timer. Want to make sure I don't overcook my food. So Epicure can make your dreams come true. If you want to have a new oven with a built-in air fryer, trust me, you want this oven. I'm so excited. So anyway, you've been watching me cook for 2.5 months without an oven, and now I'm making sheet pan recipes with my brand new oven. So life is very exciting over in the Brown household. Okay, so let's talk about the steamer and how I cook rice. So this steamer is so awesome. Give me a like or a love if you own an Epicure steamer. Most of the consultants are going to be liking and loving. I hope you're loving, because this steamer comes in their business kit and they are ready to get rocking and rolling with their cooking classes right away because they get this steamer. You can purchase it for full price if you would like, if you want to get it from the catalog, or our hosts often choose it as their free or half price item. And this month there is a steamy dinners collection with a fried rice exclusive package for $39.95 Canadian, and I always forget the American price. It's a little bit less in US dollars, but I will post the flyer very soon once I'm done this live class. Okay, so we don't need the lid for this steamer, but it has vents in it, and when you cook in the steamer, the food cooks in its own steam. So I make chicken fajitas, chicken souvlaki, you name it. I even cook meatballs in here too sometimes, but I need the oven to make meatballs so I can make rice in the microwave. Comes with a divider tray for multi-level cooking. And so what I've done, I've taken our collapsible strainer and I've just rinsed some basmati rice. So I'm gonna pop that. I'm gonna scrape that out a little bit. This strainer is amazing because it saves so much space. So if you have a small space, or if you've got somebody that's moving away to go to school, or something like that, you can make it smaller so it takes up less space in the cupboard, which is super helpful. All right, so now, because I'm cooking this in the microwave, I'm gonna be adding 2 1/4 cup of water to my steamer. Just like so. And I do not enjoy plain rice. I like it a little bit seasoned. So in our Asian kit, we get this miso broth. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of miso broth to my rice. And that will give it a really nice Asian flavor. So this miso broth is really high in B vitamins. So all of our broth mixes contain nutritional yeast, which is high in vitamin B12, and we need vitamin B12. It's good for our nerves. It's good for our blood cells. It's good for our mental health. B12 is essential, and people who eat vegetarian or vegan diets, they definitely need B12, and you can only get it from meat sources and a few other sources, but nutritional yeast is definitely the way to go if you need added B12 in your diet. So more B12 in our miso broth because of the nutritional yeast. Just a caution about nutritional yeast, no 2 nutritional yeasts are created equal, so if you're buying it from a store, make sure that you read the ingredients, read the nutritional information so that it is in fact high in B12. Some of them aren't. They just say, yay, we're nutritional yeast and we're healthy, but they're really not that healthy. So read your labels, okay? That was my new oven telling me it's doing something. I don't know what it's doing. We'll find out. All right, so now I'm gonna put the tray on top. That just helps prevent a boil over. And then I'm gonna put it in the microwave. In my microwave, it takes about 14 minutes to make perfect rice. I know, right? New oven, learning how to cook again. It's so funny. All right, so 12 to 15 minutes is generally how long it takes to make rice the way I'm making it right now. In my microwave, the sweet spot is 14 minutes. So just a heads up. If you go on your consultant's website, just type in steamer rice and the recipe for steamer rice will pop up for you, okay? So there's a little trick for you. All right, so my meatballs are cooking, my rice is in the microwave. When the rice is done, I'm going to be steaming up some green beans. right now, I'm not a big fan of buying vegetables like green beans at the grocery store because the prices, have you seen grocery prices recently? It's insane. So I've been buying more frozen vegetables, and that's okay. You're definitely, if you're steaming your vegetables, they're going to retain more nutrients. And I figure buying vegetables this way is better than not eating any vegetables at all. So I'm stocking up on vegetables. When they go on sale at the grocery store, I stock up on a few different kinds just so that we have a variety of vegetables in our diet. So there's a tip for you if you, like me, are looking to save a little bit of money. That's what I'm doing with my vegetables, and then I steam them in my rectangular steamer. This steamer is also great for making our banana bread, for example, our carrot cake. You can also use it to make a meatloaf. It's very versatile, so it's not just for steaming vegetables, although that is what I am doing today. So I'm just gonna fill this guy up like so. And you don't have to add any water or any oil. These vegetables are going to steam in their own water. There's lots of water in the vegetables themselves. So then what I do is I take my SPG. Who loves SPG? Stands for salt, pepper, garlic. Oh my word, so yummy. So you just add about a teaspoon of SPG to the top, put the lid on, and then I just give it a little bit of a shake so that SPG kind of coats all throughout the green beans. And then in my microwave, these will take about 5 minutes. If you've got one of those crazy powerful microwaves, it might only take 3 to 4 minutes, but my microwave, this takes between 5 and 6 minutes to steam these vegetables. So when the rice is done, I'll pop these in. I need to lower the temperature on my oven to 350. So just 1 second, I'll be right back. Yay, I did it! I lowered the temperature all by myself and reset the timer, and I didn't need to do it. Yeah, I did it. You're watching me learn how to use my new oven on live TV. Isn't that fantastic? So fun, real life. Okay, so these will go in for 7 minutes. Once I take the rice out, and by the time these are done, 5 to 6 minutes, I will put these in. And once these are done, then my meatballs will be done and supper will be ready. I am so excited. Okay. So let's talk teppanyaki. So this is the new, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe the lighting is bad. This is the new teppanyaki. It is a Japanese flavor. Most people in Japan don't celebrate the Lunar New Year. They're not one of the Asian countries that usually does. But teppanyaki is delicious with the Asian meatballs and on the miso rice. So to make the teppanyaki, to make half a cup of the sauce, you stir in, it says 2 tablespoons of the mix. I find that that's too savory for me, so I only use 1 tablespoon of the mix. So you do I do 1 tablespoon of the mix with 1/3 of a cup of mayo and a tablespoon of water and 2 teaspoons of rice vinegar and a teaspoon of sesame oil. If you don't have sesame oil, that's okay. Just use a little bit of regular oil that you have on hand. If you happen to have the sesame ginger dressing mix, maybe add just a little sprinkle of that just to add a little bit more of the sesame flavor. But then you get this beautiful teppanyaki sauce. So we'll just stir that up a little bit, and it is so delicious. Served over the meatballs, served over the rice, and the green beans. So I will have teppanyaki sauce on everything because it's awesome. So that, my friends, is the is the Good Asian Real Fast cooking class if you plan to make Asian meatballs with miso rice, green beans, and teppanyaki. So super easy. It is $5.50 here at my house. Supper is going to be ready just after 6 o'clock Eastern. I'll have a quick bite and then I will go right off to my course. So you are watching in real time how I prep a meal on a very busy night. And I'm a senior director with Epicure, and this is my way of supporting my team so that they can share these cooking classes with their customer base as well. So stay tuned for more information about specials, more information about hosting a cooking class so you can get that awesome steamy dinners collection for the reduced price. And also, if you saw what I did here and you're like, hey, I can learn how to use an oven and do a cooking class, by all means, come and join us. It doesn't have to be perfect, just be your authentic self cooking for your real family. So thanks for joining me tonight. We will see you next week, same time, same place on Thursday night. Bye everybody.